the status is Yoruba culture. Ifa is a cousin to voodoo. Very similar, but there are some differences. So the deities are very similar. Ogun, I am a son of Ogun. So in African culture, everybody in here is born under the protection of a guardian spirit. You're ruling Orisha, right? Mine is Ogun, the divinity of war, iron, power, and justice. That is the Orisha that was evoked at Bois Iman in Haiti that gave birth to the Haitian Revolution. In Haiti, they'll call it Ogun, you see. Because we had to hide our African spirituality.
All right, some people say you could just go to the neighborhood talk, and apparently there's an abridged version. Let me hear what he's saying. What the fuck is that? Here we go.
Me to say, oh, hip hop in 50 years has made sure that black people now are respected, and no, that's never gonna happen.
What has it done for the people?
It gave you listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
We're moving. We're literally we're moving goalposts.
It ain't done shit in 50 years for the community.
It
made individuals rich, and that's it.
It then gave jobs to. It gave
a couple jobs. The drug dealer giving out a couple jobs too.
But the drug dealer is the drug dealer is essential to the black community in the ghetto. You can't tell me that somebody grew up in the hood.
Hip hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial to the black community. You gave me
incorrect.
fashion. The first thing out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave you fashion, and you started yelling over me.
What else?
But then also, then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs and ways to make money due to that. We're still talking about rap. We're still talking about cinema. We're still talking about.
Is this the?
Discuss hip hop being in desperate need of a Me Too movement.
Yes.
I talk about this.
Yes.
You know, we've come across each other and stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know, through Unc, through Charlotte.
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, I'm always saying that. I think my problem is that when we sit as black people or members of black people as members of the hip hop community, we can't allow outsiders. We can't allow people, and sometimes it's black people that are outsiders too.
Okay.
Not every black person is a participant or lives the hip hop culture. You may be a black person, but the hip hop culture you may not subscribe to, right? So just because you're black, I don't look at you for that, right? I need to know that you partake in the hip hop culture, that you subscribe to the hip hop culture, to have such not talking about you. I'm saying when we're looking at that, basically. So to say that, I said.
I have a cause to pause here because I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, they just told me that I'm number one on the hip hop media list, but if some of this hip hop culture shit that I feel like is hip hop, I don't subscribe to. I feel like a lot of hip hop is crime culture, and I don't subscribe to that. I call the police on everybody. I will, 100%. Might call the cops now just for fun to make sure it works. I pay a lot of taxes. Here's the thing. Sometimes I feel like what people lump into hip-hop culture seems to be bad behavior. And I'm not sure if this young man is doing the same, but that's why I said I had a cause to pause, because I need that to be defined. What do you mean not everything? Like, what's hip-hop culture, right? I don't think we get a definition, so I won't even get into it.
The degeneracy, saying that is a part of hip hop, I don't know if it is. I know it's a crime. I know that it is a byproduct of. Most times, it's a byproduct of of being poor and growing up in.
Hip hop culture, and let me take what I take from that. Hip hop culture comes across as street culture, right? And I've always kind of rebelled against that, because it's like, if hip hop culture is a culture of continuing or ignoring crime being committed in a certain precinct, I don't want to be a part of that hip hop culture, right? Like, there's certain things that I feel like that are street culture that people ingratiate into hip hop culture. Hip hop is supposed to be something cultural and based around maybe some music and traditions, that once I start see crime culture basically be seen as hip hop culture. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Poor, underprivileged communities. Like you said, you're a political scientist. I know you've seen it. All the studies show that it's not a black crime problem. That crime is is when opportunity meets underserved communities. That's why when they talk about crime in black neighborhoods, why? Because that's where the most poor people are, right? Crime happens where there are poor people, where there are not opportunities, where opportunities are far and few between, right? So
that's not rain.
Is it? Yeah, that is.
Go ahead, bro.
Did anybody in hip hop so accountable?
A journalist is trained to report the news as it occurred, without passion or prejudice. Our hip hop artists do not report their experience without passion or prejudice. They report it with both passion and prejudice, and they glamorize and glorify it. To tell me that this is all I can rap about because this is all I've seen, when you living in $1 million mansion and your kids go to a white school, that's a complete hypocrite.
I agree, but I would ask, who still does that?
Who still does that?
Like perfect example. You brought up
who are the top 10 hip hop artists currently rapping right now?
Meek Mill still rap about mass murder, and he's on a reform team, and his kids, I know for a fact, live in mansions. Yeah, the majority of gangster rapper does that. Lil Baby just showed us his crib. His kids live lovely. He's not rapping about private school. Like, that's the part of hip hop I don't like, when people act like, oh, what are we talking about? No. I agree with Umar with this.
Now, what is the content of their music?
I would challenge that most of them are not rap. Today? Or are you talking about all time?
Right now.
Yeah, I would challenge that all 10 of them are probably not talking about anything hood, because that's not the most prevalent music right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Who?
Fabio Foreign's a hood nigga. He's still rapping about spinning. Meek Mill is a activist with the reform team. He's still rapping about killing. YG lives in a mansion. He's still rapping about gangbanging. Are we like retarded now? Like, Umar's right.
Travis
All right,
Scott.
so we're talking about trap. I got this. You got Travis Scott.
What's his content?
We don't know what he's saying.
Nobody's ever looked at Travis Scott for gangster. Travis Scott has never talked about gangster shit.